out there today?
I mean, the one on 11 was pure luck. 2 was pretty awesome, but the one on 11 was just kind of a joke. I mean, that's a shot that when you're having an up and down contest with your buddies and you're just trying to, get it somewhere on the green and just got away with it. So I think 2 is probably a little bit more important in my opinion just because it got the momentum right for the day.
And then you mentioned this with Amanda, the added distance that you've got with having a little bit longer driver. Do you feel like a little more well-equipped on a big brawny golf course like this?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had speed, but, I literally texted JJ from Titleist like 3 weeks ago and just said, hey, just send me a 46-incher and let's just see what happens. And, I had it on the Tuesday before Palm Springs and put it immediately in the bag. And it's obviously been great. And like I said, I think today was the best driving day I've had maybe ever.
Not going to lie, it doesn't look like you've gained 15 pounds. But I am curious, what's been your diet over the past however long to get that?
I've just changed basically when I've been eating. It's kind of reverse intermittent fasting. I've been eating starting at like 6 in the morning and then having a later dinner, so I'm able to fill in 2 full meals. I've never weighed 172 in my life, and it's kind of nice, especially when we play as much as we do out here. I know in the dog days in the summer, it's going to really pay off.
Was that because of the injury last year? I guess what was the motivation to get bigger?
It's just, last year I got burned out, like counter to your point with the injury. My body can handle playing 25 plus weeks. Last year I started off playing 7 in a row, starting from here all the way through players, which was definitely kind of a learning curve, really learning how to rest. And I think that, I've been needing to do it for a long time. And, every off season I always say, hey, let's put on some weight, but there's never been like a goal number. It's just been, let's just get stronger and get some more endurance. And I think this year just kind of, working with Dr. Lissy back at home and working with Damon Goddard, my trainer, it's like I said, this was the easiest 15 that I've put on. I wish I could say it was kind of hard, but it's just having that structure of sticking to it every day made it easy.
Tell me about it. Easy 15.
Will, how much distance have you gained with the driver?
12 yards, just on TrackMan, kind of hit a stock ball in the range, but get some adrenaline going or maybe get after one. I've clocked it up to 127 and have 186 ball speed. So a place around here that's huge. Places like Colonial even, now I'm having 120 in the rough as opposed to 170 in the rough, because I'll be busting driver over the bunkers as opposed to laying up with something short of it. Obviously we've seen what Bryson has done. You won't be seeing me at 220 anytime soon, but definitely the added distance has really paid dividends.
Despite the 65, do you think you left a couple out there?
Oh, God, yeah.
What's your mindset after what happened on 13, and how did you feel about leaving some out
there? Yeah, it's just tricky because there's a lot of playing out here, and and you've got putts that you got to play outside the hole from distances you're not really used to playing them out there. Really with the exception of Augusta, but those the greens are glass there, they're perfect. Out here you can get a little wobble here and there, and I think really the two that I left out there today, I just didn't commit to playing outside the hole. So I think that's something that, definitely tomorrow, just commit to it. And, hey, if it bounces in, it bounces in. If it bounces out, it bounces out. And I think, making the birdie putt on 14 kind of righted the ship a little bit because I was pretty frustrated hitting 2 perfect shots into 13 and walking off with par.
Will, you were out there talking radio, and I think you brought up kind of how good the board was before anybody else did. So you know who's up there. Mm-hmm. Kind of how do you feel in this position with those names and what you're trying to accomplish for the first time?
Yeah, I just go do what I'm doing. I still feel kind of like the underdog, even though obviously right now I'm solo leader. I'm sure those guys will put some birdies coming in. But just keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously it's been working, and my time will come, and hopefully it's tomorrow.
Do you feel a little bit more juice at all because of who you're competing against? Have you noticed that in the past when you've been up there?
No, not really. That's the one thing that I've always told people, being in contention at Augusta and having a chance to win there, just felt like golf. Just stay within my process and stay within who I am, and just see what the score adds up to at the end of the day.
And what will you try to focus on tomorrow as far as keeping yourself in the moment and in a good headspace?
Just have fun. I think that really the first round last week when I shot 1 under at La Quinta on a place that I could just absolutely torch, my attitude looked like I was shooting 85, and I had a call with Josh Gregory and Dr. Larden and just said, hey, let's just get back to having fun again. At the end of last year, despite the injury, I was really forcing it to win, and that's why when I got in contention a few times, like in Napa and Jackson, I kind of petered off on the weekend. And at this point, something that Dr. Larden always said is, you're playing with house money. The fact that you've gotten here the way that you have, enjoy it. And so I love this golf course. This was the first start that I ever had on the PGA Tour as a professional. So obviously a lot of great vibes here. And, this is, I think, by far one of the best golf courses that suits my game. So just keep enjoying it. And, whatever happens, happens.
How do you guard against that, trying to win too hard? I'm sure that your expectations changed after the first half that you had of 2021.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think what I said last week was the first round, like number 12 last week in the first round, pins tucked on the left side, can't hit in the left bunker because you're going to make 4. And so I ended up blocking one out right, hit it in the bunker, hit it to 10 feet, and ended up making bogey anyways. And it's like I was trying so hard not to make mistakes that I was making mistakes. And so I think in reality, it's kind of like, hey, if you're going to make 4, hit in the left bunker. And so I think that's kind of the attitude that I've had. And, Josh Gregory said it best. If you want to shoot 64, sometimes you got to be willing to shoot 74.
What did you contended last year here? What did you learn specifically about this course that you'll take with you tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing I've always been a great rough player. You got to drive it great here. And I think with the out of distance on top of, what we've worked on this offseason, I've been driving the ball the best I ever have. And, I think that's really the biggest difference. And, putter gets hot tomorrow and just run the tables and we'll see what happens.
And is your driver right at 46 or a little bit less?
It's a shade under. Yeah. I mean, I know we have 46.2, but it's a shade under.
And it was 44.5 before.
It was 44.5 before. Cool. Sweet.
Thanks, Will.